Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Jason's Tech Talk. I got my new tower built with my 3900X and my RTX 2080 Super, and so I'm taking my old processor and I'm going to throw it back in its old case, in the old motherboard with the old NVMe, old RAM, and just put together the old computer so we could do some really hard testing on it. But I thought I'd record it, maybe to help one of you guys put a computer together one day. So let me turn the camera around and we'll get started putting this thing together. Alright, here we go. We got our motherboard. I went ahead and put in my M.2, but figure the first thing we can do is get out our CPU, our Ryzen 3600. And we'll raise the little arm. Make sure the triangle meets the triangle. And with no force, just drop it down in and lower the little handle. Simple, right? Okay. Next thing we're going to do, we'll get our RAM. And we're going to line these up just like so. And push it down in. And we're going to put it here in the last slot. We're going to use slots 2 and 4, which that's going to be channel B1 and B2, and then you have A1 and A2. And most Ryzen or AM4 boards, it's always going to be better to put it in 2 and 4. Check with your motherboard manual to make sure, but for the most part, all of the ones I've used, it's been 2 and 4, which is B channels. And get those pushed down in. Now, I've never used one of these. I've always used water coolant. And I did use a Gamex 400 on my first Ryzen, but I hear these AMD Wraith coolers work pretty well, so I thought, since this is just going to be a second computer, that I'd give it a shot. Now, it's already got the thermal paste already on it. Get that out of the way. Get that hooked on that side. We'll get it hooked on that side. Well, I don't think that's the way it's supposed to go. maybe it is. Okay, just didn't want to. I've heard of people breaking these, so I wanted to make sure before. And there you go. It's on there pretty good. And we'll bring this around. Put it here on our header on our motherboard. And I'm gonna have to find my glasses and put them on. I'm getting old. Probably be better if I turned it this way. I was gonna. And there we go, got that on there. Tuck that under there so you can't see it. Should work pretty good. Oh. Pull that off and we'll there's two of these. One of them's 3-pin. And that's definitely 4-pin. I guess just push that in there like that. And then we have our RGB plug. Make sure I put this on the right way. It's a little bit crooked. Got it as far away from me as possible. So this one's a little bit crooked. There we go. And there we go. It fits on there really nice and tight though. while we've got it out of the case, let's get one of these nifty ties and tie that up. Pull this around kind of tight. See if we can see if there's a good way to do this. Maybe if we go around this way, down, around the heat sink, come around this way, loop it back around, see if we can get under. Just to get it out of the way. Pull those. And that should have no trouble going underneath where, and I don't have any RGB that I'm putting on there right now, so shouldn't be in the way of anything, but maybe the auto cable, but I should be able to have no trouble hooking that on. And I believe that about does it for anything we can do here. Let's move over and start putting everything in the case. Alright, and we just took our case and set it here on our little TV tray. And get it down in there like that. Get it lined up with the Sorry guys if y'all can't see, I'm doing my best. Doing this all by myself, so and it'd be great if I No. It's hard to push on this and Try a little bit bigger screwdriver, something a little longer. Or Alright, got one started. I'm not going to tighten that one all the way up until two. That one's not wanting to go in. Let's try. These. Here we go. Can get one over this. That's what I was afraid of. My fingers are really big. That one. I don't think this one's going to go. Try this one more time. Alright, there we go. Did have one left. Let's see if we can get it in this one right here. This is that bad screw. Oh, there it goes. Nope. Yeah, it's a bad screw, but we'll be okay being just one short. Alright, now that we've got that in, now let me see if I can find the wiring short for my case. I've done this a few times, but I still don't remember exactly. And this is what you need to do for your wiring here on your case. It's where your case wires into your motherboard here. Just go online and it should have a diagram that shows the wiring on your motherboard. Should look something like that right there. Sorry. Alright, and then you just look on the wires. Like this one's HDD LED plus and let's see, plus and negative. So that's going to be this here. This is reset switch, and the reset and the ground go on the end. Just like that, or I don't think this one says, I don't think it matters on this one because it's just a reset as long as it's one's on positive and one's on ground. And then you've got your power LED positive and negative, and positive goes on the end. Just like so, and the negative goes right beside it, just like so, and that leaves us with our power switch, which goes right beside it, and that should have that. The other things we have to hook up, this is our audio, and this is our USB. And then to make sure I can see, and this is our USB, and if you'll notice right here there's one that's blanked out, and if you look on here this corner is blanked out, so that's going to go in just like so. And then also on your audio, you've got one blanked out here. And then if you look on this top one here, there's one blanked out. And for you young guys, this is going to be easy. It gets a little harder as you get older. And it goes on just like so. And let me turn this off for right now. Alright, we've got a RAM in. We've got our back. And I've forgotten I had already put in my I/O plate in the back. You see here it fit in really nice. We've got our AMD cooler, we've got our M.2, we've got all our case wiring, we've got our fans here. These are our fan hookups. This one has quite a lot actually. Alright, give me just a second. And I'm going to grab the power supply and we'll go ahead and throw that in there. And this power supply, it has a filter on the bottom, or this case has a filter on the bottom. So I'm going to turn it upside down so it pulls air up and then spits it out the back. Big old bag off screws. See if we can find a couple. Get this picked up. Alright, now we got our power supply in. Make sure to put up these screws so I don't lose them. I don't know where I got this big old bag of screws. If I remember correctly, I bought something on eBay and they sent, oh, I don't know what it was. I bought a used motherboard and they sent this big old bag of screws. It's got standoffs and power supply screws and fan screws and all kinds of stuff, but it's been a lifesaver. I mean, there's probably 200 screws in there. Since we're not using a hard drive, we're not going to be using most of this. Our video card that we're going to be using is just a little small it's a little GT 730, just something to give us a video signal. So we're not going to need any of this actually. Now this is the one thing I don't like about this case. is where the where the 24 pin comes in. It doesn't line up really well, and it makes a really bad bend, and I never have really cared for it, but I guess for the price of the case it was not really a bad. Alright, got that in. Go ahead and hide all these wires since we don't have anything else to hook up other than our fans, but those are going to go on our motherboard. Could take out the drive bays to give it plenty of room, but I really don't think I'm going to need it. Like I said, this is just we're just going to do a lot of some testing and stuff on this computer. It probably won't get ran very much. I just thought it'd be a neat idea to put it together and make a neat little video about it. And now I'm going to tell you, if you're looking for a good small case, this is the Sama Black V2. It's a good little case. It's really small, but it's got really good airflow. It's got a glass panel for this side and a nice front mesh on the front. You can put 120s in the top, which I plan on putting one here and one here, and then we're going to put two 140s in the front. Let's see, I had some screws over here already picked out so it'd be easy. And on this one you can put them on the outside, but if you do that it puts it really close to the inside of the case. If you do put them on the inside like this, it puts it really close to the front and it makes it where it's hard for it to draw air. So I'm going to reset them a little bit and put them back to the back side of the I hope you guys can see this. Fan cable can go out this side. And we're going to put it up here like so. And you can see we made sure they're facing blowing air in. They're an intake fan. And then we're going to put one in the top and one in the back blowing out. And I still have to take them out of another computer because I forgot to. But it shouldn't take me just a few minutes. Alright, there's one fan. Let's see. We'll run this one right beside it so we have the same length cable and make it easier to cable manage. It's always easier if they're the same length or somewhere really close to it. Just like so. Set that right there. Gonna be honest with you, it's been the first computer I've built in, I don't know, over a year that hasn't had water cooling, either an AIO or, and this is just way too easy so far. We haven't turned it on yet, so we'll see if it's still easy once we Alright, got those in there. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. We got our USB 3 cable here. Now, it needs to go through here because it hooks up right here next to our 24 pin. And if you'll look right here in the, can you see that good? Right here there is a space, and on this there's a notch, and there's a notch there, and that's how you know you got it lined up right. And it just pushes in like so. Oh, even with just this little bit of wires. Still end up having to play with them a little bit. Actually, it's better the way it was. Like that. And that'll hold that. That gives us our fan cables. And this is our fan hub. This here, that's a Thermaltake fan hub. That's your speedier fans, pause and play, and the mode, which is the color. I think what I'm going to do is just put those right back in there. And we'll put this fan hub right in here. Yeah. Come through here. like that. Just like so. That extra wiring back through. We'll put that right there where it's easy to get to. And then we have our 4-pin that just goes to one of our 4-pin connectors, and we have one right here. Let's see, how is the best way to do this? Make sure I get the right one. Okay, this goes into the okay. And that goes into there. And we're going to pull it back out here. See if it's going to be long enough. Come back up through the bottom here so you can't see it. And we'll just sneak it to right here. And make sure we get it plugged in right. It's going to be oh, helps if I plug it in the right way. It goes in just like that. And then that goes right down there. All right, give me just a minute. I'm gonna go steal those other 2 fans, and we will we'll throw them in this case. Trying to get some double-sided tape to go on that. All right, I got the fans out and ready to put them back in. But these have some extensions on them, and I'm not sure. I know I have one fan connector here, one fan connector here, and one fan connector here. I wonder how much space we have, or length we have with this one. No, that one. Well, yeah. Let's pull this one back through. We're going to go another location with it and then just put both of our exhaust fans from the top. Maybe we'll turn this that way. A little rearranging. And then just put them on like this right here. I swear y'all, I'm blind. I have to make sure. I don't want to bend any pins. Alright, there we go. Got that on there like that. Hopefully we can slide that. If we don't, we can always slide it over our GPU because it's not a very big GPU. I'm going to leave this on. Maybe sit there. Right here. And we're going to put these as exhaust. So we're going to put this side blowing up. Let's see, we seem like we got. Oh, we forgot to run our. Oh no, I forgot this about the case. Please go to, okay. my other power supply. This wasn't separated, so it was really a chore to get this through to hook up our 8-pin for our CPU. Let's feed that through. Put that one in that way. Swing that around. Put that in and pull that back through so it's nice out of the way. All right, now take this fan and run it out of this hole. Screws. Okay. Here we go. And this will be the front here. I didn't see that, right? Sorry, guys. Yeah, just putting the fans up here. Alright, now that I got them all in, I'm going to tighten them all down. There's no RGB on these fans. Only two things RGB in this case is Thermaltake fans up front and the Prism cooler. But this is how you build a computer with spare parts that you have laying around. All right, got those in. Let's get our fan cables run through. I think here's a good place to bring them up through. And one. And there's two. Oh, and one thing while I was away, I did notice that the 3-prong was actually the USB. So I ran it through here and then plugged it here on my motherboard. So that's for the Wraith cooler. All right, we've got everything hooked up, plugged in, and ready to go. Let me move my camera, hook it to one of my monitors over here, and see if we can get her to boot. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's been about a month since I built the computer. I went to turn it on and the power supply was bad, so I had to wait around to get another one in. It just showed up a couple of days ago, but I've got it. I got the power supply in. I changed the graphics card out for two Radeon HD 7570s running in Crossfire. I did fire it up and try it one time just because after the power supply going bad, I was kind of gun shy of trying it again on camera. So it is running, and at further ado, here she is. For just spare parts that I had laying around, she's not a bad computer. It's not the best for gaming, but if you were just doing some light gaming, you know, it could be okay. And there you go, logged into Windows, everything's running. Now we're going to use this, take this system and use it for some, you know, some light testing. We're going to do some testing on some games with the cards in Crossfire. I've got two NVIDIA cards. I'm going to try to run them in SLI and see what kind of performance we get. And just try to do some fun stuff. So if you're interested, definitely subscribe, throw me a like, come back. I enjoy y'all sending me messages and stuff, and I hope to see you back. Hope everybody enjoyed this. Talk to you later.